Merry Christmas! Let's have a little Christmas reminder of our government. That is the Victorian state government doing an Epstein on me. Let's just have a reminder of that under the guise of, he's going to apologise to our girl who was like a paid drug addicted informant that the guy met when he was homeless. No, he's going to apologise to her. Let's remember that during my time under the banner of Victoria Police, the system, when I got dragged into, asked to testify, as well as being an angry homeless drug addict, don't take that away from it, but the crux of it, the part that differentiated me from, I don't know, say another angry homeless dude on drugs that you could see anywhere in the city these days, was the fact that I was asked to be a witness against a prison officer from the hurriedly opened GEO, privately run, Ravenhall Correctional, who, just to really show you how ridiculously managed they are, was, I kid you not, this person had no history in law enforcement. He was an ex-commercial chef, so he managed commercial kitchens, and somehow he conned his way not to be a prison officer, not to do 3 months prison officer and then get a promotion. He conned his way to walk straight in to a unit supervisor position and ended up just getting himself in all manner of bother. But anyway, that then led to the Victorian government, mostly under when I was on trying to turn my life around order, and it was at the mercy of the system, on the only order that comes close to helping a person genuinely turn their life around, and should have been a decent order. But what I was met with was a Epstein Island style conditioning school where they sex trafficked drug addicted women, kid you not, positioned them in rooming houses to get at me. Their job was to crack onto me and try and so they could ridicule me through my sex life, my private life, kid you not. Now, there's strong surveillance laws around surveillance equipment, particularly cameras in bedrooms. But don't forget that part, which is why they needed, for them to weaponise a sex offence against me, is why they need to bring in other parties. But it doesn't matter because they're still orchestrating it. In one case, this Victorian system under the Melbourne Drug Court order, in one case, they coerced one of those girls, the same type of girls, in fact, probably worse, a worse person, like situation-wise case, what they call a complex case, probably far worse than any of the girls in the Epstein Island horror story. So here's the Victorian state government prepared to sex traffic heavily drug-addicted women in order to get at people. This happened. Now, when I told IBAC, the only genuine independent broad-based anti-corruption unit in Victoria, of exactly how I know this, where I know this, why I know this, the times, the dates, the places, their reply to it was, sorry, we couldn't find anything. I kid you not. So then I had another go. So I now made it very clear. Times, how I know, times, dates, places. Still, it just got worse. Within 1 month now, sorry, instead of taking 3 months to not reply or to reply in the negative, was, sorry, we investigated and couldn't find anything. How? I've given you the names, times, dates and places of the offence. How can you not? And would you not think that if you knew of a corrupt segment of Victoria Police or a government department using children as the leveraging, using drug-addicted women in the first place, that's sickening in itself, but in at least one case, the currency, the coercing, the leveraging was the returned custody of the toddler her drug addiction had seen removed from her. Now, that is like about as damaged a situation as you can get. Don't worry about the fact, if you don't want to worry about the fact that artificial intelligence has been misused through the surveillance equipment to the point where it's been cooking people, in Magistrate Pappas's own words, to have sport with a person. It's been cooking people until they're doing things like lashing out violently and harming innocent people. If you just go, they still did it, it's them, they did it, if you still have that mindset, think about the children, think about the drug, it's there in black and white. They did exactly what Epstein Island story is. They sex trafficked down and out drug addicted women. Worse though, because I don't know of any situation, I haven't read or heard anything in the Epstein Island where any of those girls were getting anything but money. I certainly didn't see where they were being coerced with the returned custody of the child that had been removed from their care by a state government. Now, you want to sweep that under the rug? IBAC? Hello? You want to sweep that under the rug? You're sick in the head.